First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking downfield, it's Adams. Got it in the middle, it's Terrell. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Unloads it left. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I think the wide receiver needs to do a better job making it look like he's going deep. He never got the cornerback that time to turn his hips, and because of it, he couldn't separate, and the ball got swatted away incomplete.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Working that left side now. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. He might want another play. Looking to throw again. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Quick pass on the jet motion. There he goes. At the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Terrapins! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the running back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
The give to the back. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Calls his own number. Breaks into the open. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, NC State.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. And what a way to put a stamp on that one with a 41-yard run to the house. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Tight end now in motion. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Nice move to keep running. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Nice move to pick up yardage. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The Terrapins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top. Got it set up on the outside. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Right back to it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down. They'll try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks on 4th down. Grab behind the line. It's Manning. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
That just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
Finds a tight end. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleed.
And the Terrapins have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. Big fella moving. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Fires and picked off. He's at the 50. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wolfpack. How about this defense taking one back to the house? What about the speed of that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point was good. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the second. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Terrapins will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
NC State comes to the line to deal with third and short. To the air, it's Adams. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get downhill faster.
He's in open space downfield. There he goes. At the 20. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners, and kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys playing with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Going to swing it on second down. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot downfield and play action.
They'll move the tight end. From the gun, running back gets to give. And it's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. defensive score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Looking to throw, it's Adams. Makes the grab, it's Smith. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Still some work to do after that last completion. It's second down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Smith. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
Well, they execute the in route. And how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll move the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
NC State has to come up with a big play on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabs it in the middle. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Finds his man. It's McFadden. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
21 on the play. And that's a first down for the offense.
This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. On the run, it's McLaurin. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They'll leave it with the lone back. And some room to work. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the wideout. Power football with the run. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Got his man quickly. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Quick touch pass to the receiver. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss, and for the 3rd down and goal situation.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. It's 3rd and goal, and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Man, and how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in a terrific top 15 matchup. TCU has just had no answers today. They are getting barbecued right now. This team simply does not look prepared, and at this level, you can't have that. They're trailing by 18 to North Carolina. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. They'll send the back in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. It's Ford. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And if they're going to run the football late in the game in this situation, not that close to scoring zone, they've got to take a timeout here. You've got to make sure you save as much time as possible and communicate with your quarterback.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. Quarterback making checks. To the air, it's Adams. Shoots it to the left. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
NC State has to come up with a big play here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that is a backbreaker. It's fourth down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play, but the defense came up big in a big moment.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's White. Turning it on. Touchdown, Maryland! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down. the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Dropping back, it's Adams. Complete. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
The screen, and watch out. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. The Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. A flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nab them for the defensive holding penalty. 3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
Bring in the heat. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. He'll take the deep shot. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
One more play to pad the stats. Now the play fake. Steps away. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.